Hello everybody, nice to be speaking with you again at the beginning of a new academic year. I know there will be lots of new parents tuning in for the first time, and just to let you know that you get one of these videos as part of our parent bulletin every week on a Friday. It is a really important piece of communication between the college and you, so do please read it on a Friday and across the weekend in advance of the next week. The purpose of this video is for me to give you important updates from across the college, but also contained within the bulletin are a number of letters that are very important for you to read. This bulletin sits alongside the parent portal, which you should all be logging into routinely. Within that parent portal is contained a whole range of different pieces of information. So the updated communication guide, who you communicate with and when, the parent handbook, both for the junior school and the senior school, that's contained within that as well. And then as reports and data come out, that's contained in the parent portal. So do go onto the parent portal and check what's in there, and also check this weekly Friday bulletin for all of the letters that come through. This one is of course particularly important because there's so much information pertaining to the start of term and next week. So whether it's junior school letters about timings and locations for drop-off, or all of the range of information associated with the senior school, please do look through those letters in advance of coming back here on Monday. One change I note on Monday is that Year 6, if that applies to you, Year 6 are now allowed to come to school on their own, but you do need to get permission for that in advance, so please do make sure that happens. I have a slight anxiety about Monday morning drop-off, because the pupil roll now is nearly 1,050 children across the entire college. And it's been 2 years since everybody has come at the same time for drop-off. Don't forget we staggered it throughout coronavirus, which is no longer happening. So my worry is that there's going to be an enormous amount of traffic on that drive on Monday morning. So as ever, I really encourage you, if you don't need to drive in on Monday, please don't. This school was never designed to have huge numbers of cars on its drive. And we just can't cope with huge volumes of it. So if you can get here by other means, please do. If your child is cycling to school, of course we encourage that. There are now a plethora of cycle racks outside the west door, which is behind our secure line, so they can come, lock their bike. If they do need their own lock, please. And then we will make sure that that gate is secure once everybody is in the building. So cycling is absolutely to be encouraged. Of course, you'll have read already from letters that have been circulated in advance of this bulletin that this next chapter of coronavirus, it's been made very clear from the government that they want us to resume a level of normality, and you'll have seen that from what has been written to you. However, of course, we're still being sensible, and we do ask that children, particularly in the senior school, please do bring a face covering with them in the event that they're in a crowded place, or they themselves feel uncomfortable, or others feel uncomfortable about proximity, and then they can wear that face covering if they need to. Of course, we've all become familiar with that way of life now. So, but otherwise, we are back to largely normal routines. There will be some adaptations. We won't have whole school assemblies in the senior school, for example, it's just too many children. But in large part, we're back to normal routines. Testing continues twice weekly, and we encourage everybody to do that, please. And testing kits, this is in the senior school, junior school still don't need to test. Testing kits for senior school students will be distributed next week through form periods. I know that students are always desperate to get hold of lots of information. Some of that will be contained on the parent portal already, but not all. So there is an extended period for senior school students, period 1 on Monday, where form tutors will go through everything with them, give them timetables, room information, and also just go through what the co-curricular programme is looking like, which will come into full force week 2. So week 1 is an adjusted co-curricular programme, and sign-up starts in week 1 in full force from week 2. I did want to make a point to senior school students and parents in particular that we are having a big push on expectations around dress in particular. We've had 18 months of disruption and uncertainty and a lack of consistency in many areas of life, and that has included dress and uniform, and now we're getting back into a new chapter, a new phase, a new academic year. We want to make sure everybody is dressed appropriately. We really think that will just help settle everyone back into a new routine of consistency. So parents, if you can help us with that, we would be most grateful. As you know, there has been huge amounts going on over the summer. The demolition work with the plaza has gone really well. It has been delayed by 2 weeks, but it's largely on track. And I know, in addition to that plaza, I would say the Performing Arts Centre is where we wanted it to be. So the drama and dance studios are complete, the music department is complete. They're now starting work on the theatre, which is a 2-month project. So that will be completed and opened before Christmas, and it's all very exciting to see that work happening. We've had 8 departmental renovations in addition to all of that, so really lovely learning spaces. We're all set for a terrific year here with buildings, facilities, great kids and staff who really want to make sure that we have a fantastic year academically and in every other way as well. I know that lots of you want to come and see the developments and see the buildings, and I'm conscious that for some of you, particularly new parents, you haven't ever stepped foot inside the school, which is, extraordinary, really. There are 2 opportunities where you can start to do that, the next 2 Fridays. So on Friday the 10th of September, it's the Friends of St Dunstan's Cheese and Wine social event, which you need to sign up for and buy tickets for, by the way, but please do that because it's a wonderful event. But immediately preceding that is a talk from me and the executive team here on the development plan and the vision for the future here. I do that every year before the Cheese and Wine event, so do come and listen to that. It will be beamed virtually as well for those of you who would prefer to log in and hear it, but it will be delivered in person from the Great Hall. So do come along to that development plan launch and the Cheese and Wine event that goes immediately after it, and of course during that occasion you will get to see some of the facilities. But after that, the Friday following it, on the 17th of September, is the formal opening of our new building. So that's the new STEM Junior School Sixth Form Centre. Now, on that occasion, which you also need to sign up for in advance, please, details contained in the bulletin, you will get to see all of the new facilities. And that's the first opportunity for you to be able to do that. We're expecting large numbers, so please do make sure you let us know in advance if you're intending to come on the 17th of September and likewise the 10th of September. In general, as ever in this school, but particularly so this year, there is a lot going on. So make sure you look at the ISAM's calendar. Again, you can access that through your portal, which tells you information about the various things that are upcoming, as well as letters that will remind you in the bulletin. There are welcome evenings, there are presentations going on, all sorts of things that I'm sure you want to engage with. So please do check the ISAM's calendar and of course check the bulletin. We've had a really great week here. Staff came in on Tuesday, the new staff came in on Tuesday, really great group. Really enthusiastic about life at St Dunstan's, and then we undertook a series of staff training, particularly around equality and diversity, which won't surprise you to hear, and with incredibly well received piece of training, and we did that alongside the new St Dunstan's diapasons. So we had the students in with us, working with external professionals looking at diversity and equality, and the work of the diapason more generally this year in ensuring that we're really celebrating the diversity of our community, enhancing it, and also assuring a culture of equality across the organisation for all. So really great training that's happened, and now we're all raring to go, ready for your children to come back in full on Monday and to start the beginning of a new cracking year. And I look forward to speaking with you again at the end of the first week of this academic year.